All right, so this is a new segment that I'm trying out, and if you like it, let me know. I want to go ahead moving forward and start to review some of the baits that I've been using, kind of give my opinion on them. My take is a lot of times we don't see a lot of hands-on reviews of certain baits, and you might see an angler say, oh, I use this, or I won the tournament on that. But I haven't seen a lot of videos. Like if I want to go buy a Vicious Fishing MC65, which is what I have here today, a lot of people writing up a lot of, or doing a lot of content on them where I could kind of do some research. So I've been actually fishing with these for over a year. So it's January 22, and I've been fishing with these since last year, since January of 2021. And they've changed them up a little bit. So if you notice this one right here, I've actually written on it 4 to 8 feet, and it actually has no branding on it at all. But if you take one of these, like this bluegill that just came in one of these boxes, you'll see it actually says Vicious on it. And they also have the depth here listed as 10 feet. So a little bit of change, not a lot, and that's actually fine with me. You know, honestly, I'd like something that just did like 5 to 10 or 4 to 10 feet, something like that, because I use these specifically to kind of cover a part of the water column that's below the surface. So it's not really top water, but it's below kind of the visible water level, or, you know, the water clarity level. And then, you know, 10 feet or whatever, I'm basically not trying to hit the bottom. If I'm going to do that, I would use a deeper diving crankbait. So typically, like if it was 10 feet, I'd use like a 15-foot deep dive or something like that, or a 19-foot, and drag that crankbait across the bottom. So these are really just when I'm moving it across water of a certain depth and trying to target different spots in the water column. So I've really enjoyed these. I've had a lot of good luck with these. I'm actually going to post some photos, and you can actually see, I think it's this bluegill one. You can actually see it in the mouth of the fish, and I can't remember, but I had a pretty high hookup rate. I was literally just trolling around by a boat ramp waiting for some cars and some boats to get loaded up and then get on my way. But I just decided while I was there I would fish, and I had thrown that on for fun and was targeting a little patch of grass and really had some good luck with it. So I've been impressed with it, and ever since then I've used it quite a bit. I've used these actually so much. You notice I have 2 of the craw pattern here. I actually had bought a 4-pack in November, and I've already burned through most of it, so I'm actually gonna have to order some more of these. So I don't know if that kind of gives you an indicator or not, but I've been using these baits pretty heavily. I've got 3 colors out here now. This one and this one are the same. I just tilted this one sideways to show that there's some fading and detailing, sort of same with this bluegill as well. So there's a shad pattern, a bluegill pattern. They have, this is a ghost shad, I believe. And then they have like a threadfin ghost shad. They have another shad, and there's a chartreuse back black. And I think I must have lost the chartreuse one in one of the tournaments, because I couldn't find it anywhere on the boat, which was surprising, because that's one of my go-tos when the water is really dingy. So again, I'm gonna have to order some more of these as soon as I get done shooting this video. But that's it. That's the Vicious MC65. Again, I would recommend these. They are, you know, I don't know if I would say expensive. They're kind of in the average range for these baits, which is about $7.99, $8. I'm not sponsored by anybody, so I'm not telling you where to go to buy these, but I believe they're still for sale on the MonsterBass website, and potentially, like, I think I saw them on Tackle Warehouse. But regardless, if you go Google Vicious MC65, you'll be able to quickly find a link to a place where you can buy these. So again, I would recommend them. I've had a lot of good luck with them. They're pretty durable. I think some of these might have some dings and scratches on it. I'm just kind of ad hoc here looking at them, because, you know, sometimes when you know, they ding the side of the aluminum boat or whatever. Like this one, you can see there's just ever so slightly a little scratch right there. And, you know, I have a lot of baits in the boat that, you know, I'll just beat the paint off of, and so the paint on there is pretty good. It tends to hold up pretty well. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but these are Mustad treble hooks as well, so that you've got a really good high quality hook on here. And I really don't, you know, there's not anything that I would really change about the action on them. Is pretty good, and they've got a decent knock to them. So, ow, that was my finger. Let's see if I can hold this and do this. So they've got a decent rattle to them, and that's really all I can say about them. It's really kind of hard to tabletop review a bait, other than kind of what I've done here, which is tell you a little about the color options, the depth, and just kind of my personal experience fishing with it. I do here at the new house have a pool, and I've thought about maybe doing some videos where I try to video what the action looks like moving through the water, which is easy to do when you have you know, clear water like that. I don't know that I can show how quickly they dive, because I don't think my pool's much deeper than 10 feet, and it's probably just 8 foot in the deepest part. So it might be tricky, but you know, let me know in the comments if you want to see if that would be something interesting, just to kind of see how the bait performs moving through the water in clear water. Obviously we can't catch any fish with it, but you know, just to kind of see the action. I can't remember off the top of my head. I would say that the wobble is fairly tight, honestly. I mean, without trying to be precise, but I can't be too precise because I don't quite remember. I think the action on these is pretty much, you know, just a little bit side to side. I don't remember them getting too wild. I do have some crankbaits that it seems like you sometimes think you have a fish on it because you see the line darting every which way. These are not that lively. You can feel them moving through the water, but you can tell that the wobble is pretty tight. Not the tightest wobble of the crankbaits, but it's got some decent action to it. So that is what I have for you today, and hope to see everybody again soon on another one of these review videos.